Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Kwadash. Double honor to the elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to elect Ak out there doing this work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. Shalom to the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of the nation of Israel, which are the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered through the four corners of the earth. So I just want to bring out this one scripture. You know, the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Now they're saying that another so-called white man killed him. Okay. He's a so-called white man. They said another so-called white man killed him. You know, but you never know what this government, you know, that Esau, which is a so-called white man, is setting up. Okay. But nevertheless, you know, he was a staunch supporter of Trump. You know, you got the Democrats against the Republicans and so forth. So we know that this kingdom can't stand. Esau's kingdom, which is the so-called white man's kingdom here in America, can't stand. Okay? It's going to be destroyed, you know, because they're divided against themselves. All right, so let's just read this right quick. Matthew 12 and 26. There's going to be more things popping up. Like, that's why the scripture said, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. You know, the Egyptians is referring to who? The so-called white man. Okay? We came over here as slaves. You so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, you know, into Egypt. Again, like it says in Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter and 68th verse. Okay? So the Egyptians represents Esau. Not the ancient Egyptians, were dark-skinned people, but the new Egyptian, which is the so-called white man. All right? It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. Yeah. And, you know, this place is divided against the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is the so-called white man. They're divided against themselves. You know, Democrats against the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? The vaxxers, the non-vaxxers, you know. All this division that's going on here in America, you know. You know, all these different groups that the so-called white man has set up, you know. You know, the, what do you call them guys? Down in the deep south that's against the government, you know. Right? You know, so they divided against themselves, you know. And it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Exactly. So we know that this America is not going to be around too much longer, according to prophecies, right? The prophecies of what? Russia shooting nuclear missiles over here to destroy America, along with all the other countries that have nuclear missiles. And then, first and foremost, Yahweh Shai coming to destroy this place, man. Okay? On that giant-sized chariot. All right? Which is the so-called white man calls them UFOs. Yeah, but this kingdom can't stand. America can't be here forever because everybody's divided against itself. Okay? All right? And this is according to prophecy. Okay? All right? You know, so this place is out of here. You know, this place is out of here. Okay? We don't know the date. We don't know the time. But according to the prophecies that's taking place right now, you know, Russia got their nuclear missiles. They had a military parade. China, they showing their military power. Their supersonic nuclear missiles. Okay? And we know that they're going to destroy this place. Okay? According to prophecy. So this kingdom cannot stand. Okay? All right? The so-called white man's kingdom cannot stand. Hopefully, I'm edified on that. Shalom.